There you are, and here we are. Boy, oh boy, are you a lot of fun.
So are you.
And you're all in one piece, which I just love. We're going to get back to some of the stuff we were talking about, but before we do that, so I don't rush at the end of the hour, I want to talk a little bit about what's coming up in Vegas and what's been going on. There's a ton of stuff going on, and if I don't get to everything, which I won't, and if you want details, go to www. You can't forget the third W, VegasOnlyEntertainment.com under Vegas VIPs. It's Jackie Brett's column. It's full of everything that's coming up every week. It's awesome. On that note, and I have to laugh, Nacho Daddy, I'm Nacho Mama, I have to do that. I hope they forgive me. Opened its third location at Planet Hollywood Miracle Mile Shops, and it's on Harmon, which is cool because they have a patio. You can look out at Harmon. They have all kinds of great patio, breakfast all day, which is awesome, in a Mexican restaurant, special children's menus, and their famous nachos, vegan dishes, and things like that. Of real interest to me, I just think this is fascinating, is that the Dancing with the Stars in America's Next Top Model winner, Niall DeMarco, is going to be the celebrity guest host for Chippendales at the Rio, September 22nd through October 16th. And the cool thing about this is he is the first ever deaf member of this who's hosted the production. And he's a native New Yorker, and he's fourth generation deaf, which from what I understand means that was probably a genetic.
Wow.
Yeah, which is so cool. And not only that, he attended Gallaudet, I can't even read my own writing, University in Washington, D.C., and it's the only liberal arts university in the world for the deaf. Yeah. So here's to you, Niall, because that's really cool to be able to overcome what would be considered a handicap. Cirque du Soleil and the estate of Michael Jackson are celebrating MJ's birthday,
Yay.
Which is coming up with a 3-day extravaganza at Mandalay Bay, and it's hosted by Michael Jackson 1. So it's his fourth annual birthday, not his fourth birthday, but his birthday celebration. And so any guests attending those special days of performance are going to get access to all kinds of fun side activities, I guess. But I have a story about that. When it premiered, I was invited, had front row seats, went to invite my stylist because he's total NJ freak. Had to ask for new tickets. When we got there, they lost the tickets. So they seated us in the very last handicapped row. It was just horrible. I'm not kidding. He ended up getting heat stroke later because we had to schlep through all that. There's no oxygen up there, I can swear. It was, so they owe me one for having to do that. Upcoming on my show, too, Vinny Favorito is going to be on my show in a couple weeks, but he is moving to the Westgate Wednesday, September 7th. Everybody loves Vinny. He can insult you and make you feel good about being insulted. And prior to the contentious elections that are coming up, I want him on the show so he can insult everybody, and everybody will get it out of their system. What do you say? Don't you think?
That sounds like a good idea.
That should do it. Okay, enough of that. Again, go to VegasOnlyEntertainment.com because that really has all the... And there's a ton of dining specials coming up. So, yeah, people love stuff like that.
People love to eat.
Yes, they do. And there's freebies and all that stuff, you know. I think it's as it cools off, it just becomes more active in Vegas. It seems like, you know, more and more stuff is different people are putting on specials and stuff. So let's get back to you because time has been flying, and the next thing you know, we'll be signing off, and we didn't even get to...
I've had so much fun today, though.
I know, and I can't thank you enough and your publicist for getting me on the show today. I really appreciate it. I just hate to see you going.
Oh.
But we know you're coming back.
I'm coming back.
Yeah. And I really am happy for you because I've done the cruise ship gigs. They're just so much fun. You get to see the world. And,
oh, my goodness.
And you're going to get to do Chicks with Tricks, and you'll be with Connie Boyd. And, so, and you've done this before, the cruise ship thing.
I have.
Yeah. Is that one of your, like...
I think every entertainer has done a cruise ship at some time in their career. It's kind of the thing to do.
Right, of course. And who wouldn't want to? You get to see the whole world just
Yes. It's great because you fall asleep, and when you wake up, your backyard is a different island or country every day.
Ooh, I love the way you put that. Plus, aside from rehearsal... And the show, you're not locked on the ship like if you were part of the crew.
No, they let you out.
Come on out. Can I out that?
Sometimes they let you out.
It's really good. Do you have family? Where's your family now?
I have family in Washington State.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Siblings?
I have one sibling. She has 4 children.
Good, so you're
She's
not
shooting them out like a machine gun.
Yeah, somebody has to. You're a little too busy right now, right?
Yeah, she's carrying on the family name. I'm busy doing other stuff.
Do you plan, and when you come back to Vegas, you'll have some gigs lined up, I would presume?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's funny, when I came home this time, I posted on Facebook my airplane ticket return trip home, and within like 2 days I had calls of people, oh, we need you for this gig. I'm so glad you're back in town. So it's good.
Yeah, well, you're getting the best of both worlds. You're obviously the right size. I mean, being petite does have its, if you wanted to be a dancer, I think a lot of them go, oh, I wish I had those extra 4 inches, but you've more than compensated for that with the pyrotechnics.
You
And
just learn more skills, have more talent, and then they have to hire you even if you're not tall and you don't have the whole package.
Well, you could buy the package anymore, so it just depends on where you want to put your money.
Too much trouble.
It is too much money
I'll just spend 10 years of my life gaining a skill instead.
That's good. Do you have any plans? Are you married or?
I'm not married. I do have a boyfriend, and I do have plans to put him in my show as my assistant.
Nice. Chains and.
Yeah, he's gonna chain me up. That's what
No,
it is.
I wanted you to chain him up. He can chain you at home.
How'd you know?
Well, girls, I'm a little psychic. That's one of my gifts. But seriously, couldn't you chain? I'd like to see, like we talked earlier, kind of a little reverse something.
A
going on
reverse?
there.
Yeah, maybe. I'll have to think about that.
Yeah, he might like it too.
It's a good idea. Yeah, he likes everything.
And hopefully, maybe someday you two plan on getting married and having children. Is he in show business?
He's actually a pro wrestler.
Well, now I
gets
see
hit
why
in
you
the
said
head,
the
Hillary.
chains. Okay, I got it. But I know that sounds even more sexy for you to put a pro wrestler in chains on stage. And would you saw him in half?
I think that one's been done a little too much. I think we have to think
not
of
a
some new
wrestler.
ways. That's true.
Quarter him.
Yeah, but he gets hurt a lot for a living.
Yeah,
He'll be used to it.
and you've been sawed.
I have been sawed in half quite a number of times, actually. I seem to have survived somehow.
Yes, you do. I think there's magic. It's a girl thing. Gorilla glue. I know. Do you love it as much
That's
as
the
I
real
do?
magic when when they saw you in half. It's just Gorilla Glue. That's
gotta be.
all there is behind that trick.
Every girl has to have super glue, gorilla glue,
Duct tape.
duct tape, at
WD-40.
and super glue.
Yeah.
You could do anything.
You
I could build a
can.
house. I could build a house.
Yeah.
After all I've had to go through trying
Yeah.
to learn that. Well, I am so happy to have you on the show again. This has
Yeah,
really
it's been a
a lot of
pleasure.
fun. Well, it's not over yet. No. I still wanted to talk just a little bit more about some of the magic experiences that you've had. I know you've been sawn in half. You've fallen off I didn't even know you did the silks. What's the highest trapeze thing that you could?
I think
That just fascinates me.
maybe 40 or 50 feet. I was in Mexico one time in a big arena. It was like 50 feet up
On a trapeze.
on a silks.
On those silks. Are
Yeah.
you serious?
Yeah,
How
well-
do you know they're not going to break?
You have to trust your rigger and trust the rigging.
That's it.
To make sure you
The
buy the
friggin'
right
rigging,
stuff.
right?
Yeah.
Well, silk too is the strongest. They are all silk, I would imagine.
Yes. Well, it's actually tricot. I use a different kind of fabric named tricot. It looks like silk, so that's why you call it that.
synthetic.
Yeah.
And synthetic fat. Wow. So on the were you at all worried about that being that high? And don't they have a net below you?
No. You don't
Well-
need a net when you have you have fabric all the way to the ground. If you're falling, you hopefully could catch yourself again.
One would hope.
One would hope.
Which we
Doesn't
did.
always happen.
No, it doesn't. But it's really a beautiful art form.
I love it.
Is that
I know
your
it's dangerous,
favorite?
but what is my favorite? I don't know.
Is it-
I can't say. I like doing so many different things.
But you do like heights.
I love heights. I love the feeling of flying, spinning
Oh.
really fast and flying through the air and the danger of it all, but also like the strength that comes behind it. You have to be very strong. You have to trust yourself.
And you've proven that. I think a couple stories that like when you fell that time, and I can't even imagine, like we said, it happens in a split second. You have to know, I guess you have to know how to hit. You have to know how to land.
How to land.
Yeah, that's, wow. Well, I wish you the best of luck. Again, time has flown. I really, bon voyage.
Thank you.
You're leaving on the 2nd, correct?
I'm leaving on the 2nd.
And then you'll be back.
I'll be back
the
around
holiday.
March.
Oh,
Yeah.
Even better. Lucky
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to be there with you. But who knows? Maybe I'll see you
Come
in the
and
spring or
visit.
something. I'll do
Come and
that.
visit.
You have a wonderful time. Tell Connie hi and tell her I
will.
want her back on the show when you guys
Oh,
come
I'm
back
sure
in the
she'd be
spring.
glad to come.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you for sticking with us. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.